love handmade anything.
She does.
Oh, my goodness. If somebody, like, from my kids making macaroni necklaces when they were in preschool, that kind
She's
of thing.
wearing hers now.
I wish I could.
It's a snack for later.
No.
Little crunch.
14 years later, not be so good.
Hey, you never know. Preservatives.
But so Karen is such a sweet woman. Last year, or 2 years ago almost, when my granddaughter was born, she had hand crocheted a baby blanket to gift her. And I just think that is one of the sweetest things that somebody can do for you. First of all, it's a gift and they're thinking of you, which just melts my heart. But when they spend time working on something, crocheting is not easy. I've tried. I can't do it. And so you put a lot of time
Why
into it.
am I shocked that Liz can't do crochet?
No, I think I don't have the focus. I've tried to cross stitch, and if I do a really large project, which I have cross stitched little things, decorations for people.
You're ready to move on in 5 minutes, huh?
Oh my goodness. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
That is just done.
Yeah.
It's neat when somebody does something special for you like that.
It is. It's just like, you thought of me?
You know what I'm curious on? Maybe for you at 800-447-7234, you receive something special from somebody, and it happens to be those right moments, right?
Oh, yeah. It is always when you need them. Somebody bakes you some cupcakes or muffins or something, and you're just having a hard day. It's like, I just cried over muffins.
So I was orphaned when I was a teenager, and I have no grandparents. I have no parents. There's nothing like that. There was a gentleman at one time that came by, and he literally handed me this bucket knife, and it was really old. And he said, this was my grandpa's. He gave it to me. And I feel like I need to give it to you because you don't have anything like this to be passed on to you.
Stop it with the cold chills.
Seriously. I still have that today. That must have been at least 7-8 years ago. And I have it on my desk at home.
It's so sweet.
It is.
It's so sweet. I was gifted a Bible when I was about 7 or 8 from a man that my dad worked with, and he even had my name inscribed on the front of it.
That's beautiful.
I didn't even know him, but he got to know me a little bit, and gave me that Bible.
What's your story? We'd love to hear from you. 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Those gifts that someone gives you that are just so precious, doesn't even matter what it is. Could be a macaroni necklace from your kids or who knows, just makes all the difference in your life. It's His Morning Crew with Rob and Liz, His radio.
And we're hearing from Mary Ann at 800-447-7234. You said somebody gave you a special gift. What was it, Mary Ann?
I got a gift at my wedding last year. My dad passed away 10 years ago, come this November. And my daughter-in-law did a diamond art picture of him to set up at our wedding, which made it very, very special because she said she wanted to make sure that he was at my wedding.
That is so beautiful. That had to have meant the world to you.
It did. I didn't see it when I was coming down the aisle because the guys were blocking it. So when I saw the picture, because it was one of the last pictures that was taken of him before he passed away with stomach cancer, and I walked up to it, and it was such a perfect picture. It looked exactly like him, and I just broke down crying. And my daughter-in-law walked up to me, and she said, I was going to make sure that Papa was at your wedding. And I just lost it.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
His Morning Crew with Rob and Liz, His radio. You got to make sure that paperwork's turned in.
Are you talking about when I just got back into the country?
Yeah.
So my wife and I were gifted an opportunity to go to Paris, and we did. And we just got back like Wednesday last week. We flew into Atlanta. It took over 2 hours to get through customs.
Oh, no.
The line was so long. I don't know if you've ever flown international out of Atlanta, but they only have one little small terminal.
Which is wild.
For that. And it's far away from the rest of the airport. The rest of the terminal. I know, right? So it took that, and I'm so grateful, because we're safe. They ask you all these questions. What'd you have with you? Do you have any food? All that stuff. I just heard, this didn't happen to us, but I just heard about a young lady that was fined because she had a Subway sandwich along with her. And then she said it was worth every penny because she liked the Subway sandwich from wherever she got it. I don't know where she got it from.
Oh, my goodness.
And then this one lady was flying back into Australia where she lived. She forgot she had an Egg McMuffin, a few of them in her luggage.
She had a few?
They found them, I think even a pancake breakfast. They found them and charged her or fined her $1,800. to come back with that. Yeah.
Oh, no.
We had chocolate, but it was like in a package. They didn't do anything about the chocolate.
Well, I think it has to be something that's been prepared, if that makes sense, like something to go from a restaurant that they'll tag you for.
Like the Mickey D's McMuffins.
Yeah. Although our family came back in the country and my son had a backpack, and I like to put little snacks in their backpacks, you know. I forgot that an apple was there.
Uh-oh, what happened?
And so it was like a basset hound or some cutest dog comes up and kind of, identifies that we have something. We're looking through. We're like, oh, my goodness, I have no idea what it could be. The officer said, I think you're good. You're fine. You're not trying to sneak. And then I found the apple, like later. And I was like, oopsie. So sorry.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
We're hearing from Jamie this morning at 800-447-7234. You just say, Jamie, that song from Katie Nicole and Big Daddy Weave really touched you?
Just really touched me this morning. I just really needed that reminder that he is really with us and with me in every step of the way. I'm up for a new promotion at work, and I've just been really stressed and just praying really hard. Oh, I'm sorry. And I felt that so deeply. Just the reminder that if it's his will, it's going to happen.
I love those right songs at the right time moments that God just orchestrates. Just for you, Jamie.
Oh, yes. I just wanted to tell you guys that I appreciate you being there this morning.
I'm super excited for you about the promotion.
I know. I'm so hopeful.
Just remember the words to that song because, no matter what struggles, no matter the good, the bad, the ugly, God is in that story. You know that.
I mean, every step. It's been a rough couple of years. I've gone through a divorce and, become a single mom, and it's hard. It's so hard. Every step of the way is hard. And I've just really, leaned on him, and that I know that that's the only way I've gotten through. And, you just kind of see a light at the end of the tunnel.
You are a superhero to me. Oh, my word. I love your faith.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys greatly. Thank you.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I'm so sorry to be bearer of bad news. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio, and I think that there needs to be some stress relief today.
Well, then give me some of that.
The Poppets. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of people who like DC.
Yeah.
Comics, right? The DC universe, I guess, is the way you would put that. Jake is into these superhero films. Is it the DC universe? Am I saying this right?
Yeah, so it's the DCEU is what they call it.
DCEU, which Batgirl is in this whole DCEU, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you heard, but they were making a movie. They spent anywhere between $90 to $100 million on it.
Good grief.
And nobody's ever going to see it because they tested it in front of people, and the people who watched it in this whole test group thing went, oh, and no. So no one's going to see it. So I know that there are people who are, need some stress release after hearing this news. Mm-hmm. So I have that. What do you call this? Bubble wrap?
Bubble wrap.
So I have bubble wrap for everybody. So here's yours, Liz.
Thank you. Okay.
You got some bubble wrap, Liz. Here you go, Jake. Jake's got some bubble wrap. Ninja, our producer, now all has bubble wrap.
Oh, that's the best way to do it.
We got bubble wrap since there's going to be no Batgirl.
No, as long as there's an Aquaman, we're okay. And Wonder Woman, another Wonder Woman.
Okay, no, that one's canceled too.
Oh, what?
They're not going to air that new one.
Because the last one wasn't great.
I don't know. I'm just making that up. But the Batgirl's never going to air. Get you some bubble wrap. Life will be good.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I really had no idea. Evidently, what Liz does with glue and puts it on her hands just to peel it off is a thing. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio.
Yeah, absolutely. Take Elmer's glue. As a kid, I'm not saying to do this now, but as a kid, take the Elmer's glue, the white glue, put it on your hand, let it dry, and then slowly peel it off.
Now, this is what she's not telling kids to do.
No.
This is what she did when she was a children.
Yeah, when I was a children.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay, so Carol just texted and said, come on, Rob.
What?
You have missed out on some of the childhood rites of passage. And by the way, paraffin, because I couldn't think what it was. Paraffin is wax. It is paraffin wax that you get a manicure or pedicure, and it kind of acts that same way. You cover your hand, you cover your feet, and let it dry, and then they peel it off, and it's amazing.
We heard from Conrad. He said you even do that to your feet.
Yeah, you do it to your feet.
I don't need that on my feet.
No, when your dogs are in those shoes all winter long, you need some paraffin wax.
My feet just smell too much. The wax would just peel off itself. Sarah's here. So what about the glue, Sarah?
So as kids, my mom would put glue on our hands, and she would have us stick our hands together. So that way, she would have them dry together. And that way, we couldn't get into anything for like 20 minutes while they're drying. And then she would pull them apart and have us peel the glue off of our hands.
So this was a tactic so that you would not get into anything.
Yeah, basically. She would have my sister and I sit on the floor as our hands like glued together. And then, we would pull them apart and just peel the glue off of it. And we thought it was fun. We didn't understand that she was...
Your mom is a genius because she got a 20-minute break just to breathe while you guys waited for glue to dry.
Exactly. We thought we were having fun peeling it off our hands.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I've never been one to really like to call people out. I mean, if I have a beef with somebody, I would like to have a conversation.
She'll go straight to the person. I've seen it happen.
I try just one-on-one, but there has been a trend on TikTok, and again, I don't get it because we're supposed to be nice to everybody, but there's a trend to call out the rudest celebrity. It's for celebrities to call out other rude celebrities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that they've met without having a conversation, just being like, this person dissed me or whatever. So JoJo Siwa, who was I don't know, Nickelodeon, whatever star, she called out Candace Cameron Bure and said, no explanation, really. At the time, it was just rudest celebrity I've ever met, and then it was a picture of Candace. And so Candace initially kind of responded to it on her social media with a scripture. And then I guess she took a step back and said, I really need to really speak to this and explain what's going on. She made a call to JoJo Siwa and had a conversation, and this was a takeaway.
She said she actually didn't want to tell me because she said it's so silly. She felt bad. But then she said, I met you at the Fuller House premiere, and I was 11 years old, and we were all on the red carpet. And when I had come up to you and I said, can I have a picture with you? And you said to me, not right now. And then proceeded to do what you were doing and take pictures with other people on the red carpet. JoJo, I'm so sorry. And she's like, yeah, no, you weren't even mean. And she goes, and I get it now as an adult.
Very interesting.
Well, I think when you see a trend, and I can see, how this can happen, unfortunately, but when you see a trend, you're just trying to get on the trend. And she just jumped on it. No explanation. Well, I don't really have any bad celebrity encounters, maybe, but this was the worst. Candace Cameron not thinking.
She had a takeaway. Candace did.
I think the lesson that we can learn is to be mindful that no matter how many followers you have, even a 10-second trending TikTok video can do damage because our words matter and our actions matter. We all influence the people around us.
That's so true.
Oh, it does.
I mean, Candace, she nailed it on that. Yeah. It's so easy. I mean, what's this lady's name? JoJo? Mm-hmm. So this JoJo person was like, I can't think of anybody. Oh, yeah, I remember I was 11 years old. She was kind of rude to me.
Right.
And and here's the thing. You hear that from somebody of influence, and you think the worst. It's like, yeah, I kind of gathered. She's probably, and then that's somebody else's takeaway, and not even knowing the context of what happened.
It's your perception then that this person is, and I hate to use this word, but kind of just a jerk. I mean, just you don't want to be around them and you don't want to watch them anymore, and only because someone else took a 10-second TikTok trend to diss somebody else, to call somebody else out without having a conversation. So I'm glad that Candace was able to say, hey, your words matter. What we say absolutely matters.
Well, it makes me retrospect. How many times have I done that myself?
Right.
In an innocent way. Innocent way, and then it damages somebody.
Right.
You don't even know.
I wish I knew tell me so we can apologize.
Yeah, and big lessons learned, right?